find a building in here. You find a temple, one that you recognize way back. It's a temple that you made oaths upon yourself. You guys are quote-unquote rescued by Marshall and Tala and decide to investigate the weird temple that's inside a sandworm. The one that isn't destroyed by its constant movement. Totally not weird at all. Totally not weird at all. It's especially if it's the source. Especially if it's the source of the calling. Yeah, totally not weird at all.
How it knew to swallow him right there at that time.
Exactly. Inside is a shit ton of sand. And 2 old friends of yours, Marshall. One which is much more recent. One which is much more old. You see Astorius Bashir. Your patron? Sponsor? Fatherly figure? I don't know. A lot of things. You also see your betrayed vanguard. Although, I suppose you wouldn't really call him anything except betrayed, from how he looks. Astorius is a mummy brought back. Shackled, really, to the will of your fallen vanguard friend. The sands are calling to you and Tala. Differing reasons, differing fields. Astorius is calling out to you to help him. The sands are calling out to the sands in general are calling out to Tala to also help. It's a boss fight that goes back to that special watch one shot, except kicked up hell of a lot. You get to duel Astorius Bashir, Marshall. While Tala and your vanguard betrayed friend have to deal with one another's intervention on the one-on-one duel in the sand pit of the temple. Everyone else, I hope you guys can kill quickly and efficiently as the hordes of zombie sands getting created one by one, second by second. All while the entire temple shakes and quivers as the sand dune worm simply exists and moves. It's a hell of a fight. To the point where I need you all to make me Constitution saving throws.
Dun, dun, dun.
DC 20.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm glad I have training in this. Oh wait, should we
Yeah,
bump
make
up our
it-
levels so our proficiency bonus goes up?
I mean, I'll just increase it by like 2.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's say it should be 5 if you're 14.
Ooh.
See, let me make me a death saving throw.
Ooh.
Hey, 10 is a success. Go you.
Taken back.
There is a time, due to the constant onslaught of mummies, that you almost get overrun and then literally pulled into the sands of the temple.
I feel like narratively, I would appreciate being saved by Tala since I had to revive her that one time.
Tala is a paladin, and mummies are undead, so it's fitting in a way that the paladin smites the shit out of some undead. And it speaks to how much Tala has grown when it comes to combat. She not only saves you, but she continues holding her own in the half-magical 1v1 duel versus the Vanguard. It's a good time. It only ends when Tala kills your Vanguard friend, saying one last time his final rites of sand. Thank you. Thus ends his control over Astorius Bashir, and the zombies that are hoarding you all fade back to the sands that they're formed from. I have to ask Yuo, what do you do with Astorius? He doesn't disintegrate. Out of game, if you want to have Astorius Bashir for one last time fight with you at the end of the campaign, you can. Or you can put him out of his suffering right now, because he shouldn't be here. He tells you he can take it, but it's up to you.
I like to think, like, during the whole fight, he's just better than Marshall is still. And, like, they're trading weapon for weapon. Till the end, Marshall just knows. And he just lets him hit him. So he can disarm him and kill him.
I think that's very fitting. Astorius Bashir, as an ally, is lost, but you gave him his proper end. No fancy constant rejuvenation from a betrayed friend of yours. Spite is a hell of a human force. And it can lead people to some dark paths. Especially in the name of vengeance. The sandworm eventually regurgitates out. And it regurgitates it out near town. And all the townspeople see this. And are utterly shocked that someone was inside a dune worm and lived, that there's a temple in the worm, that it happened near their place. There's a lot of questions here. They accept it collectively that this is the Sand's blessings upon all of you.
I would just like to say, Marshall takes whatever Astorius' remains there are, and brings them back to their home and buries them there.
You have...
Let the Sand take them.
You have the wraps that formed his mummy exterior, armor pieces that he used, bracers and things like that, dressed similarly as you, as well as his crown. You take it back with you. And
A very noble gesture.
you bury it amongst the sands, you said?
Yeah, except I replace my wrappings on my arms with his and bury mine with him.
As you depart the burial, a sandstorm immediately kicks in. And that's semi-formed mound that you formed over is just immediately covered over as if there was a dune there the whole time. Sands take off. As you're walking back, do you do this alone or with Noxalas present?
I mean, I would definitely go ahead, but have them there with.
I'll ask the rest of you, do you guys give Marshall some respectable distance?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll offer to like do a little prayer, but otherwise.
Tala does it hurt. She is a paladin of the sands after all. As you're walking back to the group, Marshall, as you're sort of trudging through the sands, you feel something underneath your foot. You reach down and pick it up. It's around this time I would give you a +5 weapon of your own. Of any type. You tell however you wish. Maybe it's a Kopesh.
Yeah, abso-freaking.
Of course it's a Kopesh.
With a solid green blade.
Perfect. Tala, who was walking back with you this whole time, sees this and smiles. The sands are telling me that they stand with us.
And we have a job to finish.
Wait, she like tugs at, your sort of shape-shifting Rakshasa mega demon sleeve. I wanted to talk to you.
Yes, what can I do?
She sits down as if she was meditating. You guys all see this from a distance. You guys can't. The winds are too strong and howling. She sits down as if she's meditating. And she just bows, dunking her head onto the sand. Thank you. They never deserved any of it. But you didn't kill me when I tried killing you. You taught me to be strong.
Truth be told, I needed you as much as you needed me.
You're a bad liar.
And hopefully I was half the teacher to you as Astroiris was to me.
She has to smile and looks back at the dune that now covers where he was. I'm sure he's proud. She stands up. Now, as a student of his student, I'd like to do you even prouder.
I am listening.
She basically gets her own personal ability at this point. It's similar to you and your Dune Warrior abilities, but put it into a different manner. Yours is based on pure... Well, not pure survival, but mostly survival. Hers, on the other hand, is based off of buffing the rest of you. How do I mean this, you may be wondering? The Sands may take all, but since the Sands always take all, that means they can give back just as much. And she is but a conduit and catalyst for the Sands now. She wasn't a religious sort when you guys first met her, but you definitely can't say that about her now. Anytime you guys need her, she'll be there. Meaning she can even make her own sand duplicates.
Hell yeah.
Get some Naruto shit on here. Shadow Clone Jutsu. What's saying?
Sand clone.
Get out of here, Garth.
But you can make all the puns, but I can't make an anime reference. Especially since there's
Yeah,
actually someone in
Naruto.
the show that does that, I think.
Yeah, no Naruto, yeah.
Yeah, no,
No
Naruto.
Naruto.
You can
No
make
Naruto
anime
is
references all you like,
It's a
but
different level
Naruto.
of low.
mm-mm.
She can make clones of herself. She can be where she needs to be. She could be there to help you. But the thing that she learned during that fight was sometimes let the better fighters fight. There's always something left for her, and she's always here to help. She's come a long way from Davros. She's not afraid to stay out of a fight now. She's learned patience. She's learned calm. Those questions she had asked before about why let an enemy of yours live, the question she's been struggling with as why Marshall let her live, why she shouldn't continue fighting him in really dubious and sneaky matters like her father would have. She has the answers to those questions. And she's happy where she is. She's stronger for it. And she's strong knowing that sometimes there's always someone better, but that doesn't mean that they're always going to stay the best and that you should always keep pushing for it. That's exactly what she is for you guys. I don't think any of you can match the damage output, except maybe Aldrin. The damage output of Marshall, at least not on a consistent basis, and she's fine with that. She did her back. I believe you guys have some more lieutenants to go. And I think you guys have some dope-ass new personal abilities and weapons and things like that to test on them. So, my friends, where do you go next? Who do you go after? You have I will tell you right now, you guys won't be able to kill. They're two guaranteed people. Shadow Man has to be second to last, and Sandra Veras has to be last.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves you with Justin Delamorne, Nicolette Midier, and Miles Hodwin now.
Beep, beep, beep.
Delamont has been a long time coming, I think.
You go after Hodwin?
I would actually say Hilden or Nicolette because Justin is also in the capital with Sandra, and the Shadowman's probably also there, knowing our luck. So if we go after one, we might trigger the other ones.
Fair enough. So, which one do you pick then? You narrowed it down to two, but which one?
I would say Nicolette, personally.
Anyone against that?
Nope.
Alright.
Nicolette Midier of the Heartlands. You guys go after her, and it's a very weird thing. When you guys get to the Heartlands, you guys are actually... Even though you guys are being regarded as actual heroes in certain parts, definitely on the Dawn Peninsula, in certain parts of the world now, you guys are antagonizing the Heartlands, the most loving and accepting place.
I wonder why.
And you're like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's up with this? Every time you guys go somewhere, anytime you guys travel outside of Leliak, you guys and the town you're staying in gets assaulted by monstrous creatures made of wood. Voidic wood. And then it eventually gets to the point where people just blame you for bringing this upon them. Some people think you actually caused it. Yeah, some people think you're an omen, or some people think you actually... And then you guys are like, okay, it's void. There's a void person of this place. It has to be blank. Nicolette Midier. The problem is, every time you guys even follow her, she always has an alibi. She's always doing something with someone trustworthy. She doesn't conjure up monsters into being or anything like that. You guys even can track her for days on end, seeing that she doesn't go off and do some dark ritual in the forest to get these tree fuckers on you. So you're like, what the fuck is happening? And you're like, okay, it has to be someone else. 1 to 2 sessions there, you confirm that it's no one else. Amazing how it happens with hyper-narrating.
Yeah.
Just cut off potentially wrong pathways.
It has to be her. We just don't know how the fuck to do this.
You're like, huh.
What if, like the other person, she's a simulacrum?
Could be. I was thinking that.
Good on you for remembering the name. I honestly forgot it.
You guys hit the nail on the fucking head. Damn, maybe I wouldn't have had to waste 1 to 2 sessions. Out of game, it's not a simulacrum, but it's something damn close. You'll find out. Because at some point, she actually fights off the beings and claims to be the savior of the town. She fights them off handedly. Yo, it's like Syndrome from Incredibles, you know?
Right.
I made the monsters, but I defeated it, so I'm the hero, right?
Yeah. They don't know the backstory.
Yeah, totally, but... This sort of just pushes you guys over the edge. Like, okay, there's something going on. Something's up. She eventually returns back to her own hometown. She sort of travels around. She's a socialite. She travels around the Heartlands. But she eventually goes back to her hometown. Like, okay, fuck this shit. She's not gonna attack her own town, right? She does. She saves her own town. Shit, now she's even more of a folklore hero in her own town. You guys break in, likely with Aldrich in the lead. You guys are allowed to call in assistance from many people you know, stuff like that, to do this. But you break into her noble house. It is fucking filled with it's like a greenhouse, I suppose, in a weird, creepy way of these monsters sort of sprouting out of the ground like fucking corn stalks. Ooh. That's creepy. In darkness, too. Trees don't grow underground in darkness, unless they're magic. Think emoji. Instead of slitting all their throats one by one, you're like, okay, there's got to deal with this. Let's just go to the, the watering system and then do something there, right? Put a little bit of, fuel, you know what I'm saying, and light it. You see her there, and you see another her there.
Do we walk
and
in
you see
on something?
one of her, like one of them is touching up on the other one, like sort of like doing makeup.
That is one of the more unsettling things I've ever seen.
I mean, it could have been weirder. A lot weirder.
It could have been a lot weirder. I told you once upon a time that this song was based for someone. Now you know who it's for, and I will play it in the background just for this segment. Doot.
If it just
It's
plays
totally not. It's totally not fitting for like
regular game.
instrument wise, but it's the theme of the song that counts. You guys successfully snuck in her place and are now seeing her literally makeup. Again, bit creepy, and she basically activates all of the tree people. That sounds very, very weird to say.
Activating tree people.
The fight itself wasn't ever meant for her to be difficult. She is a mage, and the mages.
It's just
Mage is gonna
a lot
mage.
of things to hit.
There's a lot of things to hit, and she's not above using the tree people as literal full cover, like walls. Because that's how tall they are, right? They're like literally the size like a fucking tree. So she has literally a forest of void creatures to hide behind, and you don't know which one's the real her. Okay, so let's do this again. 1d4, same order as before.
Number 1. Let's go. 2.
Number 2! Number
Got ourselves a
2!
rush.
Oh, can you make me a death saving throw as the Spectral Void Stalker comes back and once again strikes from behind? He literally kills a tree person cutting through him to stab you, to his credit.
Who was that? Me?
This is the No, that is O.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah!
what? It stops in the tree.
You deflect off his blow with the Kopesh you have.
I say I like to think like he just strikes at me and like gets batted away. I'm like, I have just fought the greatest fighter to ever live. Did you think that was going to work?
Oh shit.
With a nat 20, I'll say you fucking repulsing. You take down the tree that he struck through, you take him down right behind. But good thing about a Kopesh is it can reach your... Yeah. Weird how this all works. Anyways, that was my trick up my sleeve, personally. The Spectral Void Stalker defeated once more. He keeps coming back, though, so whatever.
What happens if he dies to Void Shear?
What if we try?
Too late now. Anyways, you guys eventually defeat Nicolette. Again, she's not meant to be a hard. Like the point of the thing wasn't to be a hard fight. It's just that there's two of her. So you, the obvious answer is you beat up both of them.
Does one of them
Nicolette,
fade into nothing?
you have once again a last moment from the Harbinger Nicolette. She doesn't like, shout curses at you or anything like that. She's, despite her personality, you see her personality, she's very aggressive in her personality. She's very active, dynamic. She doesn't do anything you guys think she would do from her personality that you've seen her thus far, and you guys have followed her for a while, so you have a decent grasp of her personality. I dropped some cards. I gotta pick them up. There we go.
Before a cat eats them.
Yep. She simply asks that you spare her double.
And
this is like, okay, that's a weird request to make. Why the hell would we... She tells you that, like, the double isn't her. It's not some puppet of hers. It's her sister. It's her twin sister. And that her twin sister hasn't done anything to deserve this.
If you... Would we agree to that under any circumstances? Because I got a really good idea.
I will tell you this right now. Nicolette is willing to betray the Harbingers.
Perfect. We're gonna... I say we do it. We're going to need the support when we're ready to go to the capital.
I agree with the sentence.
Agreed.
Yeah, do it. She's like fucking beaten black and blue at this point. If you guys are agreeing to spare her, Nevi will heal her. Barely, but to some degree.
Enough that she can walk.
Catalina is watching us this whole time. Again, she's basically just a part of the party just to watch. She complains on the daily about making that stupid contract with Connor and getting roped into your guys' fucking shit, but you guys learn to tune her out.
We're not here to kill them, we're here to save the world. You don't have to die for that.
She rolls her eyes. Loose ends. Totally not gonna betray us. Nevi shakes her head. No, she won't. This sort of catches Catalina off guard. Huh? She won't. How do you know? I just do.
Have some faith in humanity.
She spits blood out of her mouth onto the ground. Whatever.
So, we spare her and her sister?
If you want, you can spare her sister and kill her if you want.
I'm all about the sparing.
Yeah. If we have
You say that now. Once you get to the shower, you're like, kill him dead.
That's different.
We literally have to do that, or a certain number of people get Oathbreaker status, so it's like, yeah!
I would
You know,
hold void
fair
to your
enough.
right to her neck, to where it's pressing slightly. Have you taken the void?
She gets a weak smile on her face and nods. She feebly rolls up her sleeves and sort of indicates, or rolls down her sleeve rather, the same mark that was upon you guys way back.
Oh, we know people...
I say no. I say no.
know people that can suppress
I will
that.
say, out of game, like, you guys, she will be legit. She will switch sides. She's neutral. She doesn't give a shit. She's in it for herself. She's lawful neutral, weirdly enough. But the catch is, like, keeping her alive will be its own task. Because the Void Lord Kelso can, fucking Thanos that shit. But that being said, you guys have experience with getting rid of such marks, or at least containing them.
Contain, remove, both.
Okay, good point. If she truly... I'll say, the Void Lord will handle the problem himself, if need be.
Besides, she could be a source of information, at the very least.
As you guys are start prepping her for extraction, you sort of realize the extent of big a cat Nicolette is when you say source of information. Nicolette is the mage in charge of keeping up the communication network between all the Harbingers.
That's that good shit.
Ryder was in charge of getting sort of Nevros recruitment.
So one for
They all had a task. They all had a task.
What was Justin Delamorne doing?
Do you ask her?
Yeah. Our whole goal
Justin,
this time
yeah.
is supposed to find Justin Delamorne. Sorry, continue.
Justin is traveling around. He keeps stirring up trouble. He wants to start a civil war.
Because if there's a war going on between the provinces, you guys could swoop in and take over because manpower is divided.
She shakes her head. You don't understand. The Void Lord is based off anarchy.
Right.
You guys saw House Bellinger, didn't you?
Yeah.
Imagine that event. One event kicked off centuries of turmoil.
Then in
This
sparing
day.
you, we have denied him.
She shrugs.
And at least for today, men stood together.
So, you guys extract her out. How do you guys go about quote-unquote curing, I guess? I don't know. Preventing her from getting snapped out of existence Thanos style.
I mean, first person we should talk to is Ariana, because she helped us in the past.
She very much vocally voices her disagreement for keeping her alive, but she's willing to trust her guys' judgment.
And that was her final mistake. Yeah.
It puts Ariana in a weird ways. Because the source that's keeping her sister alive is the dark power from Nicolette.
Right.
Her twin sister died a decade ago. It's that dark power that's keeping her alive right now. So, Ariana tells you all this, and it's not a pretty situation, to say the least. Alright, we don't need that. That
song's pretty dope, though.
It is. It's great. It's great, and it speaks to Nicolette's theme to her entire backstory. Her sister doesn't want to be evil and brought back from the dead, but Nicolette wouldn't allow it otherwise. By all means, Alicia Midier is a good person. You guys would want her on your side. But she died a decade ago, so...
Would, like, Anella or the Shattered Lady, as Venedis now kind of is, be able to bring her back if she died again?
She's like the restored lady, the reformed, the cool lady. I don't fucking know how I always want to address her. Just could call her
The dope AF lady?
Due to the foresty nature that Nicolette manifested both Alicia and the monsters, they actually can do something. It's basically override one dark power with another power.
Yeah.
Well, fairies is dark, whatever. Well, like, too bright power, I guess.
We have two different options of trusted sources for such a thing, so...
It's up to you guys.
I said we keep her. If they die, they die. If not...
Well, how do you go about keeping her, is what we're saying. That, like...
non-detection?
You could do that. It's... I don't know, what's the details of non-detection? Also, do we even actually have that...
It's an item, so the Maestros will. And it's like an uncommon item, too. Now, if you want to say that doesn't work against, like, a godly level being, then yeah.
I would say that, like, I'm pretty, like, he's not divine, he is more snap his finger and kill her on a whim. No divination that required, just a kill switch.
They have a bomb in the back of their neck.
Garth-Mod?
It'll save her once at least.
It would.
But
the thing is, he can just keep snapping.
Exactly.
Like how Thanos can.
And
Death Ward, Feign Death combo.
It's kind of a guy that keeps coming back. I think you would know that kind of trickery.
Hey.
It's not a bad idea. I like this.
Enough of you.
Well, yeah, so you have two fairy options. You guys... Talik does offer you guys could try bringing her to the sands.
As an option.
She also doesn't trust the bitch any farther than she can throw shacks, so... But she offers it as an option. Catalina says Casimir could do it. Yeah, and then all you told her to shut the fuck up. We're not giving him her.
There's also Karem, if Simo could talk to them, perhaps.
That's not how this works.
Not his domain? Okay.
No. Getting rid of the dark power is what would kill Alicia. If Alicia dies, Nicolette will kill herself. Straight up. I'm not gonna be like, no beating around the bush on that. You need a dark power to replace the dark power. Purging the dark power just means you lose the asset.
Sure.
So which dark power do you summon into this?
102 phase or sands, effectively.
Or you guys could call Saurus.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That is indeed a dark power.
Let's do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
So
you guys bring up your boy Saurus.
Yeah, boy.
Leon takes the call for him, saying Saurus is unfortunately a bit predisposed right now. What do you nerds want?
I like to think he canonically calls us nerds.
He does.
What do you nerds
Like
want?
the too cool for school guy.
Fucking dope ass motherfucking smoldering.
He's the
Fucking
dude
saint.
from the Breakfast Club that wears the leather jacket.
Oh, hell yeah.
Totally. And because we're talking about him, you bet your damn ass.
Bring in the boy.
So, you guys call up St. Leon Tacitus. Technicality, you were trying to call up Saurus, but, you know, it's like calling a person and then the parent picks up and then they're like, is so-and-so home? Yeah, they are. You can't talk to them, though. Goodbye. No, not really. You guys, he tells you, like, I'm not gonna let you talk to Saurus unless you tell me what's going on. You guys tell him, maybe omitting a few details here and there. Ah. Now that's funny. I'll get Saurus for you. If Saurus wants to allow both Midieres into his detachment of the Crestfallen Legion, he can.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it is done! I threw a card down.
Hi, Saurus, return to ring. Parents miss you. Or parent, I should say.
Gone is the void mark on their backs. Replaced with it is the sort of ancient, devilish, seal that you guys saw before. The seal of St. Leon Tacitus. Here's the funny thing about fellow gods, poaching each other, totally fair game.
I'm just gonna york this one.
I'll give Saris a hug and say it's good to see him.
You guys summon Saurus into Felix Liefield's summoning room, and he's there.
Does he look different?
Oh no, I don't know. How do you think?
Absolutely. So you know how
he's
Leon
going.
had the blackened arms of his hands?
Uh-huh.
Similar, and he's starting to develop like black eyes where they were turned white. He's very much fiendish.
Does he have horns yet?
I mean, Leon didn't even have horns. He had a broken halo. That's what Leon had.
Very thematic.
Just look at all y'all. Some big idiot. Stay safe.
At this point, the thing that we talked about has not come to full fruition yet. You're still in the bids for it. But when they finish off the last lieutenant, that's when it finishes.
Gotcha.
Or last lieutenant, Sans, Scorpius, and Varys. So yeah, you guys have a weird gang. You have the squad, you have yourselves, you got Cease, Tala, Owen, Danaway, Anella, and stuff like them. You have Jacqueline Varys, who has to stay at the Maestros because she's literally being headhunted by her own sister and by the rest of the Harbingers. You guys are Spy Master Alex. You guys have an actual force of Special Watch agents. Funny thing about when the country's about to go into civil war, no one sends their rich kids, to the Maestros because they sort of want their children around when a civil war is on. So there's a lot of actually empty and open space at the Maestros, and you guys are filling it with your own sort of hidden force. Before you guys can get going onto either Justin Delamorn or... Actually, no, you guys are going after Hildwyn. Spy Master Alex says he, she, whatever, how they fucking perceive themselves, has something that's going to be kicked off as soon as you guys get back from it. So get ready. It's going to be 1-1, and you guys go into the capital. So get ready for a grand slam for it. So, you guys go after Miles Hildwyn. Out in Sensig. You guys don't ever see him. It's quite the opposite of Nicola and Media. You guys can never get access to him, and you guys are constantly hounded by his house guard, which is mercenaries, his actual house guard, or elven assassins.
Dun dun dun.
This confuses you slightly, considering how he's literally an asshole to... You see his thug house guard bully second-class citizen Ellis here in Sensig. So it's really weird. How do you guys go about busting Miles Hildwyn out of his own house? without causing literally a fucking national catastrophe or provincial fucking state of panic.
Here's what I
So
say:
it-
we cause
so
a
you can't
natural
bomb him.
catastrophe by calling in every favor we have, and just fucking
Well,
it up.
we have multiple noble houses.
That is actually a very good point. I mean, we could go in with the Ebonhearts or Fortunas.
I need to add Nicolette to your guys' ally sheet.
Yep, we can't really call that one in, probably. Could okay? Here's a weird one. Can we potentially?
You
get
you
Flame?
could. You could.
Really? Like,
Miles, I've infiltrated the enemy.
dun, dun, dun.
Set up a meet.
It's an option. They do seem willing to debate with us, and especially with us being so powerful, it's just like, hey, maybe we can just ask them to leave if we bribe them really good. We could go in as a merchant guild with Mr. Fleming.
Good.
I personally would love that fucking option.
If you guys want, it's up to you guys. Who's in agreement?
I think
Any disagreements?
Decent plan.
You guys hit up your boy, Merchant Fleming. He's actually making trips out incensing right now, trying to get some arms for what he hears is brewing civil war. And, you know, he's an ex-guard. He knows how to speak to these sort of gentlemen. He knows quality wares.
Mm-hmm.
You guys hit him up, and he's like, oh, that's a very interesting thing. I have some mercenary friends, some people, some contacts I've been, you know, working with, you know, selling arms and armors to. I'll talk to them. He talks to them. And, you know, they're a bit iffy, but when you offer a massive check courtesy of the squad and Spy Master Alex, they don't scoff at the task. Double payday. They get paid by you guys, they get paid. They'll do an easy clap.
All the money, just stay out of the way.
It takes a couple of weeks for mercenary ranks to get fully shuffled around, but it actually gets to the point where there's a part of his fucking house which is guarded by your guys' guards. Like, the guards on your payroll. So you just sort of tell them, look the other way. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, we
You
don't
guys
know.
sneak
We
into his
just got
place.
back and he was dead.
You guys sneak into his place. And I guess you guys perform assassin work?
Speaking of assassin,
No. You guys perform some assassin work. That being said, how to put this, my friends? While you guys are ambushing Miles Hildwin in his own home, he gets saved by his younger sister, another Hildwin, and this one really rings true to you, Chedamir. Hello there, lost little lamb in my home. He gets saved by his revived younger brother. And his revived younger brother is not afraid to die again.
good. I have a score to settle.
Void shear that
Take your
bitch.
fucking leg.
I don't really have a way to determine stuff like that. How about you all just roll me 1d... Roll as if you're attacking. So 1d20 plus prof, which will add plus 2 to your current prof or whatever, and then plus whatever according to stat. Whoever rolls highest is the one that kills Sebastian. Again.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, you said we got whatever item we wanted from the Maestros, right?
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
You said roll 1d20 plus what?
1d20 plus prof, but increase that prof by 2 because you assume you're super high fucking level at this point. Plus whatever stat you use to attack normally, so strength or dex or whatever.
I'm going to use my spear.
Oh my! Alright, none of you have a fucking stake in this. Everyone actually roll.
Give me a second, because I also have my spear, which lets me add strength and that.
So
I
that
have
would
plus
be.
12. Ah, damn!
Hold up. What's this?
Hold up.
How do I
hold
manage?
up.
Even with a natural 20, I don't hit that shit.
We're not including magical stuff for this, just because I just need the raw rolls, essentially.
Oh, in that case,
Okay,
take
so
off.
no bonus from the weapon.
We're just assuming raw combat capability.
All right, so that would be.
Oh,
Tango! Oh my fucking god. No, Tango, stop.
Not like this,
Stop.
Tango.
He pissed on my fucking disc, goddammit. Yeah,
Bad boy.
He really does that a lot.
Plus
It's the
11. maybe?
urination station.
No.
You know what?
5 charisma and then 6 proficiency. should be 11. Yeah.
Oh, minus 1 plus 9. Yeah, he just rolled you.
Standard martial fashion. Very nice.
Feels gauntlets of ogre straight.
He earned that.
Or
Now I'm gonna
giant
fight him.
strength.
Can I at least slice off from the knees down the younger brother? Because he fucking stabbed me in the legs.
Hey, that dude's not my issue.
My boy. So, unofficial 5-minute break, it sounds.
I am legitimately gonna take advantage of this to go to the bathroom.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Yo, I've went to the bathroom like 7 times while we played. Every time I start using the bathroom, I'm like, oh god, I'm muted, right?
I'm gonna do that. Be right back. Okay, back. Like how Saurus gets his own little like section, just like Saurus Cyberknight in the paper.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
So, we were trying to figure it out, and I was like, so, I mean, I'm okay if he just, like, goes away. That's fine. He's like, there's some things. So, we worked something out. Pretty cool.
Sounds like it's building up to be pretty cool.
I'll just say there's a twist in there.
It calls upon the powers of hell to heal everybody.
I return.
Saw it.
Damn it, Tango. Little bastard. Whatever.
Adorable bastard, but still a bastard.
Alright, so